Probably not as tired as you are.
That's good. We also have a wonderful Minerva back this week, yay.
Yay.
Yeah,
Yay,
that's
Yay.
Minerva.
fine, that's fine.
All right. Oh boy, last week. Last week was something. Each of our lovely people got a reading from the Voodoo Queen. I can't remember half of it because I'm tired. So this is going to be fun trying to recap it all. Um, Voren had actually paid for a group reading. Um, they got some answers to it. Um, oh yeah, you're all gonna have to help me. My brain's shutting off right now.
That's pretty much what happened.
We basically found out that if we need to stick together and if we don't stop whatever's coming, it's basically going to be like the end of the world.
Yeah, something is
We saw,
manipulating our destiny, right?
yep,
Mhm.
Mhm.
that too.
Also, during that time, Victor did a little
Oh, the monkey.
prayer ritual,
Mhm.
sacrificed the monkey. Poor monkey didn't do anything.
Mhm.
Probably trying to find some place to sleep, and use the blood to call upon his deity, which she answered.
Yes,
She
she
couldn't.
did.
She couldn't stay too long because of well, technically, uh, another deity inhabits the island itself. During um, that time, as people are getting ready to go rest, um, Warren heard somebody yelling out, "No, no, no." So did Magpie and realized it was Celeste. Celeste was running towards the ship as everybody follows suit and found out that there were two people that actually took what belongs to Celeste, which was the egg. They did end up getting the egg and capturing one while the other one went to the bottom of the sea. One of our lovely people, which I don't want to spoil it just yet, showed its true colors. They got answers from the man, and the man met the sharks. The next day, they finally left the island and heading towards the water temple. Now, before those events that happen, we're going to back up just a little bit. Minerva, you you didn't feel well. The seas kind of, made you ill, or maybe something you ate. But you decide to take rest on the ship. About, I would say, about 1 o'clock in the morning. Started to feel a little better, but still a little queasy. You decide to walk up on deck to get some air. As the moon hits the ship, you see somebody, a woman who has feathers in her hair and these trinkets, dark skin. She seems to be mumbling or talking to someone. And she turns around, she looks at you.
Sorry, I was waiting for you to say something else, but now I'm
Mhm.
like just sitting here in awkward silence.
It's all right.
Okay. She just would kind of like rub her eyes, squint, see if she was, make sure she was actually seeing something there and it wasn't just like, her still waking up.
Mhm. Greetings, Moonchild.
Hello?
I just come to visit the Wind Dancer. The rest of your people are sleeping on the island. And I know that there's a couple of people on the ship. And I offer services, but they're not for free. If you like, I can read your card for a price, of course.
What would the price be?
Anything you think. If you have trinkets or gold, it's up to you.
I have some gold. Yes, I can do gold.
Yeah, perfect. Let's take a seat. And she kind of points just a ways from you, and all of a sudden you see a table and a couple chairs. You see a basket that has like a cushion, like a red cushion. The Voodoo Queen walks to it and sits down, and she gestures to the other seat.
Minerva
Go,
nods and just makes her way over and sits down.
go ahead and place the payment right here in the basket.
Is there a specific amount I need to give or
Whatever's worth to you.
okay, she plays 5 gold in the basket.
She nods, and she takes a deck and she starts to shuffle. What kind of question do you want to ask?
Uh, um, hmm. What is my purpose on this journey I'm on?
She begins to shuffle again, and she starts to deal 3 cards on the table. She looks at them. Now, this is interesting. This card right here, and she will point to the first one. You actually see the moon. One side is light, one side is dark. Here, child. Something is going to come up and it's going to need your help. This card also reveals that upon this journey with your companions, all of you will need each other. And all of you will need to find the others upon that dream that you'll have. The second card, she points. Mm, someone you know is going to come to you. But be warned, whoever this is going to try to convince you to do something. So be strong of mind, strong of heart, and strong of soul. Do you understand?
She her eyes are down on the cards and she nods slowly, still continuing to listen.
Mhm. As you kind of listen, you see something on your shoulder. Belle has been there the whole time. and she is just kind of hiding behind, like, in your hair a little bit. The last card. You will be tested. These 3 cards are connected, especially with the second one. This last card, you will be tested, and so would another, and a third. I don't know what the outcome will be, but the choice will be hard. I can tell you one's a man and one is a woman. You 3 will have a choice, and war will be on the horizon. Be careful of the choices you make. She picks up all 3 cards, and she begins to shuffle and puts it down. I'm sorry that the cards can't quite talk too much, but keep in mind what I say to you.
She nods again. All right, Hmm. I remember what you've told me. Hopefully, I'll know when the time is right.
She nods. She looks over to your right shoulder. And also keep that one safe. I sense some kind of power, but it's so mixed that I can't narrow it down.
She looks over to her shoulder at Belle and nods again. I'll try and keep her safe.
Mm. Well, I need to go back and rest. You too. Sleep well.
Of course. Have a good night. Rest well.
She will get up and she starts to walk towards the front of the ship. And then, almost like a puff of smoke, she disappears. And she ends up on the shore, which you can see. And she just nods to you and walks in the jungle. Is there anything you want to do before you go rest?
Uh, no, she would go and rest.
Okay. So you go back and rest. Still not feeling good, just sleeping through the rest of the night. I did say a couple days have passed, but we'll go ahead and back it up a little bit more. Probably at least the next day where y'all can wake up and catch Minerva up. So I say all of you are probably I think at this point it's still looking like a tavern. Where the dining hall was, it still looks like a tavern. Minerva, this is the kind of first time that you enter in because you knew the dining room was in this way, because it still said dining room, but it is a tavern. And whoever else wants to be in there first or whatever, um, the floor is yours.
What time of day is it? Is it like breakfast or lunch or?
Well, just going to say breakfast first thing.
Okay.
Just it will be the next day of all the stuff that happened. Or
Okay,
no, it would be. I was going to say it actually will be the same day.
is this
Oh no, it would be the next
pre
day.
us
Sorry,
having that conversation with Victor or no?
it'd be after.
Okay.
Yeah. So, um, uh, all that stuff happened at 3 o'clock in the morning. You all fell back to sleep. You got the cargo on, and you all set sail for that first day. So I would say it'd be the next day.
The next day,
So it'd be
breakfast after we discussed it the night prior.
correct.
Okay. Good morning. It's nice to see you up.
Good morning.
Are you feeling better?
A bit, yeah.
Good. No fun being sick, especially on a ship. At least you got sick when we were standing still.
Yeah.
Maybe it was something you ate.
Might have been. I don't know. I
Did
don't
you eat
normally get.
something orange?
Maybe I did, and I just don't remember.
What did I tell you about the ship's food? Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding.
He swore you could hear a crack somewhere in the ship.
Not that the food is much of a concern to you, is it, Victor?
I'm always hungry. What are you talking about?
Warren just kind of smiles and keeps it to himself.
Celestia would,
Nerdoma looks through them between them curiously, a little confused, but then brushes it off.
Celestia would come in, and whenever you notice that she is carrying the sack with her as she sits down. It's good to see you again. Feeling good, right? Better, hopefully.
Yes, better.
You will also notice the sack, the makeshift sack, is a darker gray.
Okay, she'd take mind of it, but she
Mhm.
wouldn't say anything about it.
Yeah, of course.
So, how have all of you been? What did I miss?
It's quite large. You almost got kidnapped on the ship.
I almost got what?
Kidnapped by some swindlers on the ship early in the morning hours.
Oh,
Hmm.
must have slept through it.
Yes, it was some individuals. I don't even recall if we found their names, but they're dead now, so that's all that matters. And the egg is back to Celeste.
Oh, that's
Never
good.
caught their names, but I'm sure that Cookie or Keys would know.
You're right. We need to ask and see if there's anything else behind it. But anyways, they had some sort of letter, if I recall. They were working with the collector, the collective. That's it. Trying to follow up on the bounty for the egg.
How did they find her out here?
They're the two gentlemen that were joined us at port all the way back at Felu.
Oh.
Yeah, they've been keeping a close eye.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, I forgot something. You weren't part of the whole speech. I might have bit into one of the gentleman's arteries.
What? Why?
Well, it was very early in the morning, and I was quite hungry, and I couldn't control myself at that time, I suppose. Well, I could, but they said something very awful to Celeste, I believe. Yes, it was Celeste. They called her something, and it pissed me off, and so we killed them.
You might want to start from scratch, buddy.
Oh,
Yeah, I have no idea what's going. What?
yes, I'm so sorry. So I suppose I've been hiding it, but it is my nature to hide it because of what I am. I'm half elven, but I'm what you would call a dampier. Have you ever heard of it?
I think I've heard mention of those once or twice.
Yes, well, that is said. This is what I am. I'm the offspring of a vampire and a human woman.
Oh,
So I have inherited qualities of both, I suppose you could say.
oh, okay. Interesting. So we don't have anything to worry
Oh,
about
yes,
then.
I forgot that part as well. No, you don't have anything to worry about at all. In fact, the last time, well, it was the first time I ever bit someone. Usually I have everything given to me, so I don't really have to go out looking for it. And I guess yesterday, I suppose, was the first time I ever, bit someone. But don't worry, I'm perfectly fine. I don't look at any of you as a particular food source unless you're willing.
Mm, no,
There we
I,
go. Perfect.
I, I, maybe I'll change my mind down the road, but no, for now, I'm.
Yes, of course, I understand. It's a lot to take in at the moment. I don't wish to shock anyone. I know it'll take a little time. But I assure you, I have everyone here's best interest at heart. I would never do anything to harm you.
All right, I will hold you to that then.
Pinky promise, I swear. He puts his pinky out.
She shakes her head and locks pinkies with him.
Perfect. Yes, I know it's a lot to take in, but I try to keep it to myself as much as I can. Try not to draw any attention. The only thing I do ask is that you keep this to yourself, because not everywhere in the world is accepting. And if my family was to find out that other people knew about a secret that I've kept, and I've now spilled the beans, so to speak, it's not going to look too good for me. Not everyone is accepting of my kind.
Of course. I'll keep it close to my chest.
Appreciate it.
I
Perfect.
I do. mm, Does does my magic hurt you?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, just want to be sure, so I don't
No,
accidentally like burn you to death or something.
no. I'm only, I suppose, half undead. I think I live, but I don't at the same time. It's strange. It's like in between realms in a way.
Okay,
But yes, I can eat regular food, which is what I eat. But I also have a craving for other things.
right. Okay.
Yes,
Blood. He means blood.
yes, blood. Yes, that, and I don't really have to breathe, but I have a pulse, so that's good. I think it's just very slow.
Okay.
And he's not allergic to anything, so that's also good.
Oh yes, thank goodness. I can only imagine.
All right. Well, that's good to know. What about everybody else? Anything else happen?
We got our readings done by the Voodoo Queen, and according to the captain, we're heading to a water temple. So glee.
Yes,
She
and
didn't specify if the water temple's underwater or above water, but either way, it's gonna be fun.
yeah, other
She
than
does
that, it hasn't
not
been
look
too bad.
impressed.
What was that of nine?
I said, other than that, it hasn't been too bad. Except trying to fight people in the middle of the ocean and swimming, tired. I saw a half-naked man. I'm not happy about it. And
I was bathing.
So half
Brick,
naked?
apologies. I was it was bathing in the island.
Okay, I don't want to know.
I had my shorts
I don't
on.
want to know.
I'm only kind of joking. And yeah, no, I think you're caught up now.
Okay. Well, nobody died, right? Well, besides the people who tried to,
Yes, they were the last one that was living was executed. He got eaten by sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
That
He
was
was
pretty interesting.
walked the plank, if I remember.
Definitely do not break the rules here.
okay. Also noted.
Well, I gotta admit that the captain's a little terrifying. But I think you need to be to command a vessel like this. I don't know if the command's the correct word. But at least you listen to her, don't you? I'm saying that to the ship. Or is it the other way around?
You can kind of see like the lights kind of sway back and forth, but more kind of like quickly, like almost kind of excited.
A quick question, DM. Last
Mhm.
episode we ended on. Oh, are we before where we ended on the
We're
last
before
episode?
that, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
right before. Okay.
Yes, we're just catching Minerva up.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
But yes, we're heading to some sort of water temple. I'm not sure if we got the details on what's there, but we need something that's there apparently.
Yeah? I don't think the captain is the type to be forthcoming with all the information. Can't say I blame her. But it's one of those things that I imagine that we'll find out what it is right before we find it.
Do you think there's going to be more swimming?
Absolutely.
Ugh.
Knowing all that, most likely.
Celeste looks to you, Warren. I'm sorry, you didn't have to swim.
No, it's fine. See, I don't mind that, but leathers, swimming, it's not a great combination.
She kind of points at dress, swimming.
Yeah, I mean, yes, valid argument. I'll just continue eating.
She kind of looks down, a little embarrassed.
Well, better you than me, because I would have gone right in after her if it wasn't for you.
Yeah, it wasn't a calculated thing, if I'm being honest, now that I recall. I swam after her just so that she wouldn't be alone, but there wasn't really anything I was going to be able to do.
I mean, that's fair enough. Like I said, if it wasn't you, it'd be somebody else. I'm not just gonna leave her alone.
I'll be completely honest with you. I had a feeling that the egg was going to end up at the bottom of the ocean, and I was fully prepared to go all the way to the bottom.
You're probably
I have no
the only
idea.
one of us that could.
I don't have no
That's true.
idea if what would happen if I did. I never tried it, but I was going to try just in case it did. But luckily, Nick's over there with his reactions after doing that massive cannonball on the boat. That was very impressive.
Look, it was the first thing that came to mind.
Well, it was a brilliant idea. You flew out there and used your body. He actually got larger as he fell, if I remember.
I mean, my options were to enlarge myself, which I can concentrate on while falling, or get angry. I figured stopping the boat was more important than being mad.
Well, I agree completely. It ended just perfect. We got the egg, we got back, we executed the prisoner, and now we're sailing to some sort of underwater temple.
All right. Well, sounds like I missed a fair bit. But everyone's okay, so good.
And you're here now feeling better. That's the important part. Well, that and everybody being alive still.
Were you just cooped up in your chambers the entire time?
Yes. Well,
Oh, goodness.
I did go leave my room at one point last night, and this voodoo queen, I think you called her, I believe that was her, read my cards as well.
Oh, you met the voodoo queen. That's good. What did you
Yes.
think of her? She's interesting.
Yeah, but interesting's definitely a word for it. Has a lot of character.
Very powerful.
Very insightful.
hmm
Victor kind of looks down when she says that.
It's odd having a person know things that other people don't, even yourself.
I agree completely.
And she'll kind of like reach up and rub the back of her neck as she says that. I don't know how much of it is true.
There's honestly never any telling until it happens. It's
I guess
also,
that's fair enough.
vague. It's also pretty vague, so you don't know exactly what to expect anyway.
It's
That-
kind of the thing with tarot cards. You kind of have to take it with a grain of salt because they're not going to tell you the future.
That was exactly what I was thinking. But she knew things that there's no way she should have been able to know, which was surprising. So she has some sort of power, some sort of insight that's given by just her power or some sort of divine force, potentially.
Well, there's definitely power there. I don't think anybody can deny that.
I wonder if we could talk to the captain and see what it is that we're really going to go after. It'd be nice to
mean, you
know
could
before we're
try.
into the thick of it. Do you think we should go knock on her chambers as a group and say, hello, hold on, I'm trying politeness this time. Let me try it. Hello, Captain. We as a group think it would be beneficial if you told us what we were going after so that we may all make decisions equally. Is that polite enough? Or is that too upfront?
I'll be
How
honest.
do I put the words? I don't think she's gonna tell us jack shit.
Yeah, I think that part of why they're paying us so much is so possibly so we don't ask questions.
Pretty
Hmm.
much. And not to mention, like I said before, odds are we're not gonna find out what it is we're actually looking for until we actually find it. And even then, I mean, she didn't tell us what we picked up at the island that she was interested in so much.
Yes, I agree with you, but she's part of this shared vision. So she should, in my opinion, work with us cooperatively like we are working with each other. Maybe she'll start doing that now. Not like we're going to try to take any kind of ground on her ship and her rules or anything like that. But
Wait, shared vision.
yes, she's one of the ones we are looking for, the captain.
Oh, wait,
Mhm.
really?
Yes.
Huh, okay, well, that's good to know.
Yes, she's linked in this somehow with us. And I believe we're missing 3 or 4 others,
7, 8,
potentially more.
about 4. It was 12 of us, if I remember correctly. With the captain, that's 8 here, so 4. There were also those 4 threads in the reading. That could be referring to them.
Oh, you're right. You're talking about the threads that haven't converged with us just yet.
Mm. Odds are we're gonna find them eventually, if fate's messing with us as much as it is. There's no way we can avoid it. Not that we shouldn't be proactive, but I also don't think that it's something we ought to worry too much about. Besides the fact, I don't know if this mission that we're on right now has anything to do with that vision at all. It could be something personal that the captain wants done. Either way, I don't think going up to the captain in a group and demanding answers from her is the best way to go about.
No, I agree, not demanding. That's why I was going about the whole politeness.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would be demanding anything. But even just sharing questions might be worth it, even if she doesn't provide answers, because anything that we want to know, she'll probably want to know too. I don't think we can
Suppose
think
that
about
part's fair enough.
us and her separately anymore. She is part of this.
Hmm.
I agree. And the only thing that a couple of questions does is it just helps us better prepare for what's ahead. You wouldn't want everyone going blind into a situation, right?
Well, that's why I don't think that she'll tell us anything, because I did try to ask her what to expect when we went to the water temple, whether it's above water or down, and provide any answers.
Oh,
That we
right.
should just prepare for all inevitabilities. Prepare for anything, supposedly.
So when you prepare for anything, you prepare for nothing.
I agree. I figure what is the harm of asking a few more questions? Surely she'll give us some sort of information so that we can at least figure out something, some sort of strategy ahead.
I mean, that's fair enough. Just know for myself personally, I wouldn't necessarily want a whole bunch of people coming in and asking questions in a big group.
Well, how about we have the most diplomatic among us ask the questions? I'll step aside for the moment, as I do not wish to accidentally bring forth my writ of nobility, because that happens sometimes. I'm used to doing it. So
Magpie's
that's one of
just
you.
going to look at Voren. Well, if anybody is good at gathering information and being diplomatic, I say that's you.
Very well. Should we request an audience for when she's available, or do we just go knocking?
Perhaps number 1, request an audience. We'll ask her. Maybe she doesn't know all the details. Maybe she's still researching things or something of that nature. Just say, we wish to speak with you about questions about the mission at your earliest convenience. Preferably before we get to the water temple.
All right, I think that's good.
Oh, would you like me to write up a letter?
I don't
I don't think that would be
really think that's necessary. Voren would
alright.
throw down his napkin and get up. I'll just go and mention it and we'll see what she says.
All right, good luck.
Have fun.
All right. So, Voran, what are you going to do?
I am going to attempt to make my way to the captain's quarters and just knock.
Okay. So you make your way to basically the sleeping quarters where you guys have been.
Mhm.
As you walk down the hallway, you notice that Victor's room's doors kind of open a little bit. But down the hallway, you do not see the captain's door appear.
All right. Yeah, because it does come and go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shiv, do you want to help me out here? Is she just not available? I asked myself, feeling extremely foolish.
The lights kind of blink. A moment passes by. Couple more minutes. And then the door fades in.
All right. Thank you. Thank you? I say like to a wall. And I guess I'll make pause, and because I would notice something as like Victor's doors ajar.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll dismiss it for the moment, and I'll see what's up on the way back.
Okay.
So I go knock on the door gently. Captain?
Come in.
Warren would stand there kind of like he's not sure if the door's going to open itself or not.
It doesn't open by itself.
Yeah, so after a couple of seconds, he'll just open it.
She is standing over her desk, looking at some maps, and she kind of glances. Voran, right? She gives you a
Yes.
wink.
You can call me Brick. Whatever works.
All right, Brick. What do you need?
My group and I. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess we're a group. He starts fidgeting with his belt and stuff. We have a couple of questions that we would just like to talk to you about, even if there isn't really any answers per se. I think it would be important for us to just get it all out there, because I'm sure you have questions, and there's more that we don't know than we do know.
She glances up and she knows you kind of fidgeting. Do you need to sit down?
Uh,
Do you need some wine?
no, I'm fine. I will take Are you sitting?
At the moment, I'm standing.
Okay, well, if you're gonna stand, I'll stand.
All right. So, what are these questions?
Well, we wanted to see if we could request kind of an official gathering of sorts, but of course, to your availability. We didn't want to rush in here like I did.
What kind of gathering are you talking about?
Just
Now she's looking up at you, and her eyebrows kind of perked up.
just to sit down with the rest of the group. Maybe even over dinner or something. Unless you're available
right.
now, I can go get them.
Do you want to do it now or dinner?
What works better for you?
I'm asking you.
We'll do it now.
All right. Get your crew.
Okay. He'll run back out, and as he's walking down the hall, he'll peek into Victor's room Uh, dancer, wind dancer, ship. What happened here? Did you open this door? Blink once for yes, two for no.
It blinks twice. As you look in there, it is a mess.
Oh,
It is like something just went chaotic in here. And you almost get, as you kind of, if you walk in a little bit further in, you get a whiff of something that just makes you gag.
oh no.
It smells like shit. And then you see it on the walls.
Oh no. What the fuck? He would be anxious as fuck right now just because of who he is.
Mhm.
Fuck. Who did this? And obviously the ship can't give him a straight answer, but just out of
Mhm.
I mean, so, shit. Is the person that did this still on the ship? Once for yes, two for no?
Blinks, yes.
Fuck. All right, he'll run out and go get the group. Okay, fuck. Two things. One, the captain wants to meet right now with all of us. Two, Victor, you're not gonna like this.
Walt, did I do something bad?
Not yet. Somebody trashed your room.
What? How? It's magically locked by the ship, isn't it?
I don't know, unless somebody has magic that can bypass it. You know, magic does and undoes.
Victor would like storm out of the room.
Fuck. Warren would fall.
Yeah, Euphoria's gonna follow too.
I assume everybody else follows, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
See.
Everyone follows.
All right. You guys head down the sleeping quarters with Victor in front. Victor,
Hi.
you do see your door ajar.
What the hell is that smell?
Ugh.
Victor like goes
Oh.
in and kind of peeks. It cracks it all the way open. Just
Yeah.
swings it open.
It
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's your bed is a mess. I mean, you guys have probably been chatting for like maybe what, half an hour, 45 minutes. And it, the pillows are ripped, the bedding is everywhere. If you had, your bags or anything, like stuff was tossed about. There is shit all over
What the
on the
hell is
walls.
this?
Like literal shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what it smells like. Smells like,
Feces.
yep.
he's just gonna look around.
What in the
So
world?
I'm trying to
She's, like,
think of what
puffing
he
her
would
face.
have on him at the moment. He'd probably have all like his personal belongings. He probably always keeps his spell book kind of attached to his
Oh, yeah,
like belt. But he has like tons of other books and things that are probably all over the place.
Mhm.
And like some of his nice clothes, other outfits. Oh my
Mhm.
god! How could this happen on on the ship?
Oh, I don't know. Warren kind of stays out of it. Just one, he doesn't want to see the mess. Two, he doesn't want to get the smell. So
Ugh.
he's gonna go and knock on the captain's door, which is I'm
While
guessing it's
he's-
just right down the hall, right?
Yeah, it's right down the hall.
While he's doing that, Victor's going to ritually detect magic. See if there's anything left behind or some sort of.
It's going to be 10 minutes.
You know what? Oh, I have a feature where I can cast it. What is it? Hold on.
Mhm.
Okay, so here it is. It's a awakened spellbook. Let me see if I can.
I'll give you a moment to look through that. Captain,
Come in.
so we were. I was on my way to get them to talk to you. Somebody trashed Victor's room. How does that happen?
I assume the pet belonged to him.
The pet?
Yes, it was a monkey.
Oh no. Vorin stays quiet. He doesn't know what to say.
Oh no? So the monkey's not his?
I I don't. Victor?
So I ritually I'll use my long rest to instantly cast a ritual spell.
Mhm.
So instantly detect magic during that. Do I see anything?
Not in the room, no.
All right, so he just has detect magic going.
Mhm.
Yes, Vorin.
Captain Victor? Captain.
Victor will step out of the room, still like in shock, and walk towards. Yes, what happened?
Are you going down the hallway? Are you guys now entering in the
I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have gone like out when he called him like Captain, and then like gesture everyone to just go in.
Yeah, Nyx would have bypassed the mess, not paying any mind to it because, barbarian brain.
Well, welcome everyone.
Hello, Captain. There's shit everywhere in my room.
As
I realized I was muted and I was stuck.
Oh,
Before Magpie leaves the room to follow everybody else, she's gonna use prestidigitation to help at least combat the smell to figure out what Victor wants to do, but
Mhm.
she can
Okay.
help with that later.
well,
But it-
Brick. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Oh no, she's gonna just make it smell like lavenders.
Okay.
thank you so much. Oh,
Well, Brick has mentioned that your room got trashed.
yes, the door was. Yes, there's stuff everywhere. My
And I
clothes.
assume
Hmm?
it was your monkey.
I don't have a monkey. I have an owl.
Oh, apparently you have a monkey.
What? When did I get a monkey?
That's my bro.
And wait, it kind of dawns on him about the monkey incident.
Yeah.
Wait, are you telling me this monkey that attacked me while I was bathing is on the ship? How it's dead?
So you killed a
guys-
monkey.
I did, yes. Look at my cheek, so he'll have like a little bit of a, I guess like a little scratch. Yes, I was bathing. A monkey attacked me. I killed it with a firebolt. Then I continued about my business.
Can I try to see if he's lying?
Yeah, you can insight check him. Right
It's like
now,
she's looking.
yeah, and I'll say this: the captain, the whole time when you guys came in, the captain has been like kind of huddled over her desk looking at the map. But at this point, when he said killed the monkey, she is now straight, standing up, arms folded,
Like
and looking.
deadpan.
Yeah.
Vorin would be would look very nervous and anxious right now because I think he understands what's happening. He disrespected the island. And that's just going through his mind the whole time.
Mhm.
And so he's just like, oh shit, oh shit.
Oh wow.
What? Wow. You guys got to roll again.
Oh shit,
Hold on.
okay. Fuck. Son of a bitch!
Yes.
Son of a bitch! Why does
Yeah.
the dice never like me?
I mean, like for a split second, you sense something, you like there's something, miss, of course.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden it's just like, maybe he is telling the truth.
Euphoria's just gonna look at Victor
Well,
and just she's gonna be like, something's up. She's like, she thinks there's something's up, but she's not sure. He might be telling the truth. So then she's just gonna sigh, shake her head, and move back towards the captain.
yes, I can recount the story if you'd like. So I was on the island. It was the night before we were going to head off, and I wanted a place to kind of be in my thoughts and things of that nature. So I went off and found a nice bathing spot surrounded by, the jungle, trees, and things of that nature. Apparently nefarious monkeys as well. I was getting undressed, and then a monkey from out of nowhere it swung from a branch, cut my cheek, and I instantly just turned and firebolted it. I killed it. I was trying to scare it off, to be honest. Not trying to kill a monkey, but I firebolted as a reaction, killed the monkey, and then I jumped in the pool and tried to clean myself and was relaxing a little bit. And then I ran into Voren. It did right, Voren.
How did that happen when you were bathing? How did
Well, it was before I was bathing. I was getting undressed. You see, I was getting undressed, getting my shorts on, setting up some candles. Did it by candlelight. Voren can attest.
you better just look over to Maury?
Vorn just shakes his head and shrugs and like goes around trying to adjust things in the room. Nervous.
Yes. And then Voren's like, what's with that monkey? And I said, oh, that monkey, yes. I said, it attacked me, and then I showed him the scratch. Voren, you saw the scratch on my cheek.
Yes, I saw the fresh scratch on your face when I approached you.
Yes. Yes, so, and that's the story of the monkey.
I see.
Mhm.
Monkeys are very gentle on the island.
Not this one. He must have been rabid or something.
Mm-hmm. We can always ask him.
Sure, if you want to ask a monkey. But why would you trust some evil monkey that puts shit everywhere in my room? Even more, why would you ask something that's definitely an undead monkey at this point? We should destroy it immediately.
Because that island, I know that island, and I know the Voodoo Queen.
hmm
And so things happen for a reason. Wind Dancer, can you please bring the monkey here?
Yes, bring this monkey here immediately. I want compensation of some sort.
How do we know we can trust the voodoo monkey?
What?
You're not going to get compensation from a monkey. It's an animal.
I want compensation in its immediate demise.
No.
It's an animal. Are you that vindictive?
Did you see what it did to my room?
Did you? I mean,
It's
based off of what I
probably
heard,
more angry at you if you killed it.
did we see what you did to its life?
It shouldn't have scratched me. If you not... Nix, You haven't been hit and had a reaction of something and chopped at an animal? Have you not
Oh,
eaten
all the
animal?
time. But
Then you should
at
not
the
be
same
casting.
time,
Oof.
I don't do it on magical islands that the things come back to life and shit in my room.
Yes, well, I wish I had your foresight, Nix, to understand that a magical island that can raise monkeys from the dead that could come in and dismantle my room. I wish I knew that now. I would have never stepped foot on that damn island. But apparently, you can see the future.
The door opens
Shit, I wish I
And-
could.
and the monkey walks in. What you guys see is it's a brown, it has brown fur with black stripes. And the monkey is literally walking on his feet. His hands are kind of crossed over. And you see on its left side a burnt mark. You can kind of see a little bit of bone.
Oh, you poor thing.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't kill you. Thought I did. You shouldn't have scratched me.
The monkey gets on the table, and Isla, the captain, walks over to it and pets on the forehead, kind of very gently. All right. What happened to you? The monkey looks around and points to Victor. He killed me. I was minding my own business.
Nonsense. Wait, I can understand it. Can I understand it?
Oh, yeah. Everybody hears it. I was minding my own business, getting ready to sleep, and I heard somebody, so it spooked me. And the next thing you know, I felt myself on fire, and then darkness took over. So you're telling me he shot you with a fireball? Yes.
I did. Yes, I did.
Did you scratch him? No,
What?
I was on the other side.
Then explain this scratch on my face, monkey.
That wasn't mine.
Well, do you think maybe this was a
Jack.
big misunderstanding of some sort? I spooked you, you spooked me? And scratched me? Or well, who scratched me then?
It wasn't me. I was on the other side.
Victor kind of puts his hand on his chin and kind of paces back and forth a little bit.
Euphemia is just looking at him with her arms crossed.
But she did tell me rights must be wrongs and wrongs must be rights. So in order for me to actually go and sleep, because I am no longer awake, and my poor family is going to be all alone now. Because of you. She points again.
Well, you
to
can always
Victor.
go back to them. You seem to be doing just fine now. You
Nope,
destroyed my
I
room.
am bound
Hmm?
to you until you set it right.
Said it right. What do you mean said it right?
It means you did something to piss it off. And that
Yes.
it has unfinished business.
I
That's how
shot a
spirits
firebolt.
work.
I shot a firebolt. Is it a spirit? Are you
I would
real?
assume so. It's a spirit.
The captain looks. Oh no, it's an undead monkey.
Oh, okay.
Maybe just apologize? Give it a banana?
Sure, absolutely. I'm sorry. There's some sort of misunderstanding that happened. I thought you scratched me. It shocked me. I heard a rustling in the bushes, and I saw you over there, and I was like, all right, a firebolt. And I casted it. I hit you with it. And then I thought I was done with it. Thought it was over. It frightened me, just like I
And
frightened you.
explain this wound, and it will show where you did something. There's like a knife flash.
Euphemia is gonna look at it. And just, would I be able to tell that it's a cut from a knife?
I would say because who you are in your background, yes.
Seems like a knife wound to me.
Well, yes, the poor thing is suffering, burning. I'm not going to just leave it there to suffer or to end its life quickly. What?
The sus meter is getting more with Euphemia.
Oh, what do you want me to roll? Another deception?
Yeah, another deception and
Insight.
insight.
I mean, he does make a good point.
I swear to God.
Magpie is judging.
What? Judge me all you want. I have an undead monkey that just terrified, trashed my room. It terrified me when I was trying to take a bath, as I said before. I hit it with a fireball. I left out the squeaking and all that because it's horrible. I ended its life quickly because I didn't want it to be in pain. Apparently, it's here.
All right, well, whatever it was, what's the solution?
I don't know why we're having this conversation. If it was a deer out in the wilderness and that we were hunting it, we wouldn't say another damn thing about it.
But you did it on an island that is kind of magical and sacred?
Who said that at the very beginning? Everyone
The
said
voodoo
it.
queen.
She didn't say that the island is magical and sacred, and you can
She
actually
did
kill the
say
wildlife.
that if you respect the island would respect you.
Of course, but
Just like the ship.
isn't respect? So where in the food chain is respect? Answer me that, Magpie.
So
You
you were
took
going
a
to eat me?
life.
No, I don't eat monkey. I mean, I suppose I could have to not waste. But I didn't want to eat you.
All right,
Like I
so
said, you spooked me.
from
Thank
what,
you. Brick, please help me.
from what we've seen here, that was clearly an accident.
Thank you.
So how do we make this right?
Well, apparently, I'm awake for a reason.
And an apology won't do.
It seems that everything you have said, I'm still here.
But I don't know the nature of this, this whatever. I don't know what I have to do.
Make it right.
Do
Isla
owls
just
and
nods.
monkeys
Took a life.
get
Shakes her
along?
head.
But how about we start, we'll get on a different foot now, Monkey. Look, we both spooked each other. If you're bound to me, then I'll treat you fairly, of course. We could be pals. I'm sorry that I killed you. But, it's just the nature of the world.
I think about it.
Are you going to be okay away from the island?
I'm here, aren't I?
Yeah, but for how long?
Until he makes it right.
Alright, can you not shit all over his room?
Yes, please.
Monkey kind of like tilts his head, thinking. For now.
Very well. Back to the topic at hand here. No offense, Monkey. It's nice to meet you, whatever your name might be.
Monkey hops off. Door opens. Monkey walks out. Isla just shakes her head. You're cursed. And she goes back around to her desk and sits down.
Well, we had some questions, and I'm sorry about that. We'll make it right with whatever we have to do.
Like I said, he's cursed.
Fine. Fine. I did not know that this island was protected. Right? I had no idea. I knew it was a movable island. No one said that the wildlife was completely off limits. I'm sure. What happens to the life that the food that people need to eat on the island? Who knew that one
They
monkey
do so with respect.
do so with respect? You think everyone in the world has respect for the things that they kill?
Some people do.
Do you have the
Depends on their
respect for
culture.
the plants that you eat?
The people on the island do.
Sure, but I had no idea the rules of this island. These rules just magically appear out of nowhere. All of a sudden, there's a rule. What? I'm trying to come clean, but you're continuing to be judgmental.
I think the point that he's trying to make is that not everything is black and white. And just because somebody says something doesn't mean that it's very clear.
Yes, it was not made very clear.
Then maybe ask questions.
Okay, so am I supposed to go every single place and ask them?
When
It's
something's
nonsense.
sacred, like the crescent tile, when someone says treat it with respect, you can ask, okay, what does that entail? What am I allowed to do?
Yes, but
If you're really wanting to know.
oh my god, it's like I'm being.
Do you want to get cursed again?
No, I don't want to be cursed. I just want some damn common sense finally in this world. It's absolute nonsense that I have to deal with a monkey situation where I'm cursed.
I think what the most important thing we're getting from here is what is this curse? He's cursed with an undead
I'm
monkey?
going to explain it right now so we can get rid of the damn curse. All right, we're on this island that apparently there's rules to the island that's different from the rest of the world. So apparently it's sacred. I don't know things that I can and cannot do. So I'm going off for a bit of time to myself. I find the monkey and I kill the monkey on purpose. I kill it on purpose because I wanted to make a religious sacrifice. Does that make you feel better?
At least you admitted that it
I
was on
did.
purpose and not an accident.
Yes, it was on purpose. I did it. I took a bit of its blood, and then I made an offering to my god. There.
Who's your god?
Do I have to? The goddess of vampires, Lilith.
So why'd you decide to make a sacrifice? Were you
Because I wanted to commune with my god. We're in a very difficult moment here at sea. We don't know if we can trust all these people that have all these magnificent powers that are absolutely multitude stronger than us. I wanted to bring some of the leverage back towards us in our direction. I wanted to get a bit of knowledge. Don't you commune with your god?
do?
Yes. And don't you have certain rituals that you have to do for your god?
Not quite the same, but yes.
Yes. So I was doing what I thought was okay to do in the moment. I wanted a bit of clarity. I wanted to know if I could trust the Voodoo Queen. I wanted to know a bit about who might be dabbling with our fate. And I went about it the only way that I know how. I don't know about you all, but I ask questions, lots of questions. And when people are meddling with my fate, my destiny, it disturbs me greatly. I don't just go with the flow. I try to see what's going on and be proactive about it. So I
There's
used.
nothing wrong with that.
Well, you're completely judging me now for what I'm doing. Because no one was very upfront about what I can and cannot do in this area. This whole world's a sham.
Victor,
What?
yes, you are able to do things with God, but when it comes to a blood sacrifice,
What?
that's kind of stepping over the bounds of the person or deity that is protecting that island.
No one knew there
That's
was a deity,
disrespectful.
no one knew there was a deity protecting the island. Did you? Did she say there was a deity protecting the island? No.
No, but you did know there's spirits about.
Sure. Okay. There's spirits everywhere. Are they
That
not?
communicate with her,
What?
with the Voodoo Queen. The Voodoo Queen sees them all and talks to them.
I know a little bit about it. The only thing that the Voodoo Queen really told me was when we got there was, "Come on, y'all, we're going to do some cards. Respect the island and respect you." That's it. And then she told us about the fate being meddled. I had no idea there was some sort of guardian of the island, some sort of deity that brings monkeys back from the dead. Had no idea I could do anything with the wildlife. I've
Okay.
been watched from day one, whether it's on this ship, whether it's on an island bathing. I find it quite disturbing.
Let me ask you this question. You're a lord, right?
Yes, I am.
Have you traveled anywhere?
Yes, I've traveled many places.
And don't they have their own set rules and courtesies and all that?
Yes, but they spell them out. They don't expect you to
We were
guess.
on the island
Fine, I
for
submit.
not even a day.
And what? Fine, I submit. Whatever. I'm going back to my room. I'm so tired of this. It's a bunch of nonsense. I'm sorry that whatever I did offended you, brought the monkey back from death. But I promise you this, each and every one of you, he'll point to every one of you. When you do something very horrible, or you do something that screws up, I'm not going to judge you like you are judging me right now. Now, goodbye.
Okay. The door opens for you and closes right behind. Where do you head?
I guess Victor's just going to go up to the top deck and just get some air on his face.
Okay. As
You'll
you
look for the
pass,
monkey as well.
as you pass through the door, like your door, because your door is still open, it is completely clean. Nothing has happened. But there is a note on your bed.
He grabbed the note, then head upstairs to read it.
At the same time, you almost feel like something has lifted off your shoulders a little bit. And as you read the note, it says, respect the island, and it will respect you.
I think in that moment, Victor would conjure fire and burn the note in his hand and crumble it, and then let it blow off into the wind.
You have so much to learn, young one.
Perhaps.
That's all you hear. rest of you. Isla the whole entire time has leaned back in the chair, put her feet up on the desk, and is smoking a cigar.
Euphemia is just rubbing her temples.
Everyone being too harsh on him, were we?
Yes. You're all a bunch of hypocrites. Magpie, do you ask for permission from everyone that you steal from? No, right?
How am I being roped into the hypocrite thing?
Because
here?
we've all done things that tippy toe the moral boundaries. We all have. And there's so much gray area to what is okay and what is not. And yes, he probably shouldn't have lied once it was brought up. I won't give him that one, because I think that that's all he had to do was just be honest when it was brought up. But we backed him up into a corner for something that he didn't do maliciously. He didn't do because he wanted to piss people off. He didn't know. It was a gray area.
At that point, you kind of just see Euphemia just get more angry, like the tips of her ears are starting to turn red. I don't know about you, but I do put into a lot of respect. With what I do, a lot of respect.
Right, so you're perfect.
Just because... No, I'm not saying that I'm fucking perfect, Warren. No, I am not. But I at least try to learn it from those mistakes.
So then let him learn.
I don't
But
enjoy being
honest,
called
it's
a
not
fucking
what he was doing that I have a problem with. It was the lying that I had an issue with.
I agree. I
Yes,
don't
and
appreciate that you lied.
but don't you think that if you, I mean, the
If
way
we're
that
supposed
you,
to trust each other, we can't be lying to
I
each
agree,
other.
but the way that you approach somebody with an issue gives them a choice to react accordingly. He decided to be defensive. You know how many times I've been backed up into an alley and the first thing that I reach for is my dagger? Probably didn't have to. But it's my way of getting out of the situation. I'm not saying what he did is right or wrong, but like you said, if we have to trust each other, we also have to understand each other. That goes a long way.
And I agree.
So, do you still want to ask questions now, or do you want to wait till dinner?
We can probably wait till dinner, I think. I'm sorry to waste your time. Should probably give everyone some time to cool off.
She knows. She's blowing smoke, and they are taking shape in the air. One looks like a ship. Another one looks like a cat.
You have my apologies, Captain.
I apologize as well. And she'll bow and leave.
It's
Yeah, sorry
understandable.
about that, Captain.
Of course. And I will see you all for dinner tonight then.
Magpie will head out.
I'll see if I can find Victor.
Minerva would also be trying to find him.
He would be up, probably doing at the very front of the ship. Probably just standing there.
Euphemia slams the door to her room.
Hello? I hear footsteps.
Hello.
Hello, Voran. Sorry about all that. Is that Minerva with you?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that I didn't come clean, but it's taking some adjusting. Imagine, if you will, your entire life, everything about what you do, you have to keep secret, right? Because of the reactions people are going to have. And then imagine that as soon as you get on the island, the person that was there knew exactly what I was. I had no idea if she was going to spill the beans and let everyone know. So I came out and I bit that person so I could tell you myself. All the things that I've been keeping secret have been. I feel like I need to get ahead of it. So I put myself in situations where I'd rather tell you than you find out and have some sort of judgmental bit about it. I'm sorry I didn't come clean about what I did, but I had literally no idea that the monkey was going to rise from the dead and do this. I didn't want to get into my religious beliefs.
I understand. Nor should you really have to, I guess. I only came up here to tell you that I stood up for you. I'm not happy about it, but
Yes, of course. I know you. I appreciate that you stood up for me. And I do more than anything. But I meant 100% what I said. I'm not going to be pointing the fingers at you whenever you do something. Not in the way that they are pointing at me. It's only a matter of time before someone does something that someone doesn't agree with or thinks is reprehensible, right? Just I think all the
Mhm.
cards seem to be falling in my direction.
I will say this, though.
Mm.
Just, I guess, for a bit of insight. And maybe I'm foolish in thinking this way, but in the way that you felt backed up into a corner and you were losing control, because I think that's kind of what it came down to. You felt like you're losing control of the things that you have been keeping to yourself.
Yes, you're right.
Which is understandable. I'm a person that has lived in the shadows for a long time, and the shadows are a gray area. I think that the way that everyone else reacted in that office was a similar reaction to what you had. By you and your actions on the island, you took a bit of control away from the rest of the group because you don't know what that could have led to. And I think that that scared them.
Yes, but that doesn't give them the right to treat me like they are. It's
I
not.
agree.
Wait till everyone else's life gets put on the front line. If I start nitpicking every bit about it, I've never been judgmental about any single person and their decisions so far. I've only defended myself. That is it. I've never picked a fight. It's always someone saying something to me and I had the need to defend myself.
Agreed.
My life is being on the front. In the most recent times, as we got on that blasted island, all my secrets. How would you know? The Voodoo Queen said to me in my head, she said, I know what you are. And that's terrifying to me. Because no one's supposed to know. So I did what I did. I tried to calculate the most reasonable way to get that information out so I could disseminate it with what I did. So I just went for it. And it was a calculated move to bite that guy in front of everyone. I lied when I said that it wasn't. Because I wanted to be the one to tell you. I
You
had
wanted
no idea
control.
if this voodoo. Yes, I don't like not being in control of my destiny, of myself. I don't like it. I like knowing things. That's what I do. That's what I specialize in. And when I don't, it scares me.
I understand. I told them they're all being hypocrites.
I thought they were as well.
Whether they agree or not, and Minerva, I apologize if I came off rudely, but we've all done things that we're not proud of in one way or another. And we can either take it and learn from it or let it define us. And I don't think that this is a defining moment for you. I think it's a learning moment.
I agree. And you're right. I was a hypocrite for judging. I've done things.
She reaches up and unties her eye patch, removing it, and you'd see her other eye is like a dull red with a burn scar around it.
Ew. I'm kidding.
What
No, I'm
happened?
kidding.
Wow.
That's not in character. I was joking.
I was gonna make that in character. Just kidding. Go ahead.
We've all done things that we can't take back and we've had to learn from, myself included. This right here is a reminder to me every time I look in the mirror of what I've done in my past. And I've done my best to atone for it. And all we can hope is that perhaps you learn and you grow from it. Just I want you to feel like you can at least trust me. And hopefully the others.
It's not that I
You don't-
don't. I don't not trust any of you. It's just I'm used to covering up a lot of things in my life. It's just the way I've always been. I've like lying, using flavorful words, pulling distraction off yourself. That's just what I'm used to. It's what I've done. Not everyone accepts a blood-sucking monster like myself. And everyone, if I was on their side, I wouldn't trust me either. Right? It's difficult. And I know we say learning moments, but I don't feel like I did anything wrong. If I had known that the rules were not to do that, perhaps I would have did it somewhere else, but I would have still done it none the same. I wanted answers. I wanted at least some sort of guidance, because all these powerful people with all these abilities, all vastly stronger than us, it scares me. And I can't be my best self if I don't know what we're dealing with. But I'm sorry. I should not have lied to you. I should have told you I was going to do a blood sacrifice. But, you know, you can't just say, hey, Minerva, Brick, I want to go do a blood sacrifice for my goddess. Would you like to join? I suppose now that it's out in the open, it's, it's something that I do. But
I'm
previously, it
sure
would have been very
voodoo
far-fetched.
magic, they have their own blood sacrifices. Buddha Queen may have helped you.
Who knows? Well, my
yeah.
goddess did speak to me briefly. She spoke to me. I'll be honest with you. It worked. But when I found out, that's how I found out there was something protecting the island. Is she said that she could not stay there for long. So what I did was I killed the monkey. I took his blood. That's why you found it there. I lied to you. I scratched my own face. But I did it because, well, first it's just what I'm used to doing. And I'll try to be more open in the future. There might be things about me that you don't like. I'm not necessarily the most moral person in the world.
I mean, let's be honest. All of us met just some time ago. We all have our own lives and our own customs and our own way of doing things that have only been either good or a problem for ourselves. I think it's going to take some adjusting.
Yes, it is, but I fear this has divided us somewhat. It just seems the more that comes out about me, the more and more I am the monster that I thought I was.
I don't think you're a monster.
Oh, I'm definitely a monster. Just very good at hiding it.
I mean, in that case, then what I did makes me a bit of a monster too. I think I think we all have our demons, our monsters that we fight with.
Hmm.
It's just a matter of what you do, I think, that decides who you are as a person, not necessarily what you are.
I suppose. But I would be lying to you if I did not say I enjoy what I am, and I enjoy what I do from time to time.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Right? I grew up underneath my father and mother. My mother studied wizard, very powerful human, was human, but she fell in love with my father. They had me, and then she was turned after my birth about 10 or so years ago. And I grew up in my family, a lot of us keeping the secrets. It was our duty to keep the secrets for a long time till I figured out how things worked in my world. I was pretty much confined or shadowed by family individuals who could help me continue to keep our secrets, and I feel I've just lost them all on the course of this trip. So it's very terrifying because my family doesn't do necessarily the best of things. Of course, they don't do the most evilest of things either, but we are very. We value self-preservation, power, and secrecy. Those are essentially the values instilled to me by my father. And I'm used to rules being laid out so that I know how to follow them. And so far, there have been absolutely no rules whatsoever. And if they are, but you find out at the last minute that you killed a monkey and it's now undead, and they just come back and curse you. So I'll do my best to try not to conjure up any more undead monkeys. Victor kind of laughed it off a little bit.
Listen, Victor, you don't owe us explanations to your family or who you are.
I
But-
know, and I appreciate you saying that, but I feel like I have to after recent. Like
I
have
think
to
we
tell
just
everything.
have to be careful as to the things that can affect us all. Because we're not in this alone. I have to think about every word I say. I have to be careful if I want to, acquire anything, because it doesn't affect me. I mean, because it doesn't just affect me. But you don't owe us an explanation. I just hope that you consider the rest of us.
Oh, absolutely. I'm calculated enough to do the considerations. Trust me, if I had an idea that this was going to turn around and bite me in the ass, and that every one of you now know my secrets, I would have not did anything with that monkey. I would have stayed on the damn ship.
Right.
But too late, it is what it is.
Right. Well, the captain's
But
still
I
willing to
promise.
talk to us later for dinner if you're willing to.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, my goal is still to figure out what is going on with this. I don't like anything messing with my destiny. I don't know where it's leading, and by gosh, I'm going to figure it out. So,
Warren would nod because he very much feels the same.
trust me, I don't want anything to happen to any of us in an ill manner. I want us all to figure out what it is and then get back to some sort of normalcy in our lives. And be rich and be famous and all that is great as well.
Right. Well,
Mhm.
I'm gonna take a bath because even though I don't see the feces anymore, I feel like it's on me. I smell it. It's yes.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Well, the room was actually spotless. I believe I broke the curse by coming clean.
Oh,
I got a note from the voodoo queen. It said something about respect the island. And it pissed me off, and I burnt it up in my hand and let it blow the ashes into the wind.
no, interesting. What kind of curse do you think that got you? And he laughs.
Let's hope nothing.
All right, I will see you all for dinner later.
All right, for dinner.
All right, I'll see you then.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything before dinner?
Not really. She will give everybody pretty much a wide berth for the rest of the day.
Yeah, Euphemia's staying in her room.
Okay.
Nyx would just be hanging out in the crow's nest.
All right. It is now almost dinner, as all of you are invited to meet with the captain and talk.
Are
So you
we
guys,
meeting in the dining room
I
or
was gonna
like at the
ask.
captain's chambers?
you guys will get like either a note or depends where you're at. Basically assigned to head to the dining hall.
Okay.
All right, so Warren will make his way there.
So,
Victor would go back to his room and he would change into his best set of clothes, like looking dapper.
Mm-hmm.
He'd look in the mirror and he'd bare his fangs, and then he'd kind of lick his lips, and he would just adjust his brooch and walk into the room.
All right. Everybody else goes, right?
Yeah.
Euphemia will probably be the last one to show up.
I feel like Nyx's dinner time would just be Glenn being like, "Go get food."
I mean, he would have told you, aren't you going, you need to meet the captain. Go. So, Celeste will also, of course, join you guys as all of you enter in either one by one together or whatever the order is. It is almost a familiar long table, but enough for you guys. At the end, you see the captain. She doesn't have her hat on. So her hair is wavy. There's a few trinkets in there. She's wearing a white blouse, black pants. And she looks to all of you. Go ahead and pick a seat. We'll wait for the rest.
Magpie will sit the closest to the table or to the door, and probably the farthest away from other people at the moment.
I will sit to the very next available seat from the captain.
So basically, there is, I would say there's 4 seats on her left, 3 on her right, so enough for all of you to sit.
I think Victor would be up next to her, but on the opposite side of Warren.
Probably, if I would be the furthest away on the opposite side of Magpie.
Nyx would just sit wherever there's a free spot.
Same with Minerva. She just picks somewhere.
Same with Celeste, which she still has her sack with her. Once again, the food is there's actually like a silver platters, and as soon as you sit down, food appears. Yeah. Go ahead and eat. Relax. I don't bite.
But I
So
do.
whenever. Oh, I know. She
Victor,
smiles.
Victor smiles, and he takes out one of the vials, and pours it into his wine glass.
Warren would just kind of shake his head at the joke, and chuckle a little bit. Good evening, Captain.
Evening. So whenever you want, ask your questions. I'll answer as best as I can.
Very well. I think this is going to end up being a bit of an open discussion, if I'm being honest, but there's a lot of things that I think we need to put on the table, so that you are aware as much as we are. There is this dream/vision that we all had, which we are to believe that you were part of them. And then there's this whole thing with us being led to a certain fate, or that destiny's being written for us, or that somebody has at least a finger in it. And we don't know how, or we don't know why, and we don't expect you to have all of the answers, or if any, to be honest. I just think that if our confusions are your confusions, then we should be confused together, if that makes any sense.
She nods.
How do you feel about all this, if I can ask that to begin with?
She looks at her plate. She grabs a goblet, pours some wine, takes a drink. It's funny how you say destiny or fate. It seems that things always intertwine with each other. Now, what pulls the string? Who knows? Could be a god, deity, maybe something else. When I fondly saw all of you, I remember that dream. Interesting how it was.
This trip that we're on, what you're searching for, does it have anything to do with the dream, or is this just something more of your own personal
My own personal thing.
endeavor?
Personal goal of mine. As you know, I am a merchant. I buy things, sell things, do trades. As you hear the stories that pirates fear me, they have a good reason to. I don't take their shit. Some pirates think the seas is theirs. There's a lot of sea out there. And of course, with Wind Dancer, sea is the limit. My crew and I are free. There are times, yes, I bring people on, like all of you, pay you good. You have a meal and a roof over your head. But yes, this is personal for me.
Fair enough.
Does it worry you or scare you at all? That there's something out there toying with our future?
I've always had something tugging at my future. I bet maybe deep down you have a question on how the ship came to be mine. Technically, the ship is my friend. She takes another drink.
I mean, I've heard a lot of tales about this ship, Cthulhu, but it's funny with how famous the ship is and all it's known for, there's so little to know about it.
How I got this ship was long ago. Oddly enough, I lived on the island by myself since I was a babe. The island took care of me. She looks at everybody. She kind of lingers over Victor just for a moment. Whatever I needed, it was there. Food was made. I was clothed. Until I was 12 years old. I got tired of the island. I told the island, I am going to walk out on sea, see what it brings to me. I felt the island sad, but it knew I had a destiny. And so I walked. I walked so far that I could not see the island ever again. I kept walking and walking until the sun set. I don't know how far it was. I knew I was tired as the moon rose, stars out. I was alone in the middle of an ocean somewhere. It got dark. I was lonely. Something beneath me glowed. I looked. Couldn't see what it was, so I stuck my head in the water. For some odd reason, I tried to reach for it. And that blue globe got bigger and bigger. And the wind dancer popped out. "12-year-old captain of its own ship. I sailed everywhere. Many years. Been to many places. Seen many things. Befriend. Got some enemies. I had everything. But I still wanted more. I wanted to see the world and the people in it. Learn the customs. And talk. I want to learn different languages, and I did. Then I got a small crew. Then I became a merchant. And here I am now. And I have been sailing for a very long time. And she takes another drink. Any questions?
Warren will look at the rest of the group, inviting them in.
Can't really think of anything myself. What do you plan on doing when this voyage is over? As far as the dream is concerned. Will you join us?
Well, there's others that need to be sought out, right?
From my understanding, yes. 4 others.
And when the time comes, we'll find each other again.
Magpie will nod and look down at the plate that she hasn't even touched.
Did you know you would find us here, or was that coincidence?
I didn't know. Things happen for a reason.
Right. Anyone else?
I do have a question. I suppose it isn't really about your particular background or anything of that nature. You said that whatever we are going to find in this temple is of your own, so I won't dig too much into it. But can you tell us a little bit what we can expect out there? Is it going to be underwater? Do we know what we're looking for? Are there any enemies that might be around that we might encounter? Things of that nature?
Well, there's always going to be enemies, no matter what. Ocean is big. Meg, right now, she is trying to pinpoint it out, which we don't know it's in the water just yet or above. All I know is that this temple is very old. It dates back to the Elemental Queen era. There is a rumor that might be tied to the moon itself. The things that I try to read too. That's all I
Really?
know. Yes.
I did. I don't even know how long ago it was. A few weeks. How long have we been traveling again, or sailing?
Going on a third week.
Okay, so 3 weeks or so ago, then I went to the temple of my goddess, and I was shown a vision. She happens to be one of the goddesses of the moon. So I wonder if that ties into at all what you said having to do with the moon.
Do you remember what the vision was?
Just that we needed to all stay together. We were going to be facing some great event. I don't remember. It's kind of muddled. My memory isn't the best.
Understandable. Could be it. Be quite interesting. Well, hopefully the next few days or so, we'll pinpoint it out. I'm hoping.
Hopefully.
Well,
Just FYI, she did tell you guys about the vision. It's just been a bit.
well, if that's it. She would stand up, grab the wine bottle. Enjoy your meal. I gotta look over some maps. And she take like a huge swing from the bottle. And we'll leave you guys.
Have a good evening, Captain.
Good evening.
Yes,
You as well.
Good luck.
And she walks out.
Well, I suppose there's still quite a bit unanswered, but at least we got a meeting. That's good.
Magpie will look at her food for a while before getting to her feet and walking out.
Yuvemi is kind of gonna do the same. She nibbled, but she's gonna leave. Go back to her room.
Well, it seems that things are still a bit sore. Victor would say to Minerva and Voran and Nyx if he's still there.
Is Leslie still there?
Mm-hmm.
What
Or
do you
whatnot.
think I should do anything about it, or just leave it be? My guess is leave it be for now.
I mean, whatever you think. They're probably more upset that I called them out than anything. I don't really care.
What did you say?
I told them they were being hypocrites. That we all live in a state of gray, that not everything's black and white. All of us. It is what it is. at peace with myself.
Fair, but if this continues longer, I suppose we'll reach out and something. Try to break bread. We can't have half of us, I don't know, angry at the other half. We need to figure out a way to work through it.
Right.
But,
Celeste, you're not letting that thing go out of your sight, are you?
No.
Can't say I blame you.
Nick's just sitting at the table, minding his own business, eating food.
I know that sometimes, trust people, and I do trust the ship, but it's going to be with me.
after what happened to my room, you absolutely should keep it on your person.
Mm-hmm. I don't think there's only so much a ship can do.
She nods.
Especially, what the hell did those people have that disabled the ship? That's concerning.
Yeah, that's a bit frightening. Doesn't seem to bother the captain that much.
To tell them.
Are y'all still chatting at the table?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nix would look up.
The captain did have that strange device in her hand at that one point after everything went down.
Oh, it's some sort of device.
Said it was no longer useful now, but I'm guessing that's the main thing that caused it.
Possibly. It might have been some sort of anti-magic field that might disrupt the ship.
I don't know anything about that, but on a ship that's run by magic, that seems disruptive.
Absolutely. That's probably something to do with it. All right, well, I suppose let's continue on our journey.
Nix would look at Victor.
I would like to apologize if my outburst seemed a little rude. I should keep in mind that not everybody comes from magical realms like myself.
Oh, it's all right. Just, I'm used to rules, things kind of spelled out.
If we ever visit the Feywilds, expect nothing to be spelled out.
But we'll have you.
True. Shit happens. There's a whole field of skies, grounds, trees. Everything's fucking rainbows. It's absolutely atrocious.
I've read a bit about it. It's places that could be very chaotic. And time gets very funky there, too, I think.
It's definitely different.
Yes. Well, hopefully there's no islands with monkeys that can come back from the dead.
That's a first for me.
It's a very first for me as well. I did not expect it, honestly. Trust me, if I had knew, I would not have killed the monkey, I swear.
I mean, I can't really fault you for doing what you did.
No, you can absolutely fault me for what I did. It's not. I'm not trying to play off as, innocent old Victor.
Well, I'm not even going in that direction either. It's every god has their own, a god or goddess has their own rituals. So us not knowing who you worship, it from an outside perspective looks strange. Just like if I were to perform the ritual to commune with my goddess in front of everyone else, people would look at me weird.
Right, but I understand it's not really an accepted practice. People, when you say doing what you do, it's not really something that get out in the open. I was hoping for a bit of privacy, but there's privacy nowhere.
Magical monkeys, magical ships, magical islands.
Absolutely.
You've got a magical book that can talk.
Absolutely. Who knows what opinions my book's going to have whenever she pipes up again.
Nix
you
would
don't want to
look down.
know.
Nix would look down at his fork.
Are you magical?
Nothing. No word.
Alright, the fork is not magical that I know of. I'm keeping my eye on you, fork.
Careful, you might offend some fork queen who might curse you with forks, or spoons, actually.
That would be atrocious.
You can never use a fork again, just endless spoons. But anyways, I'm gonna stop making jokes before I'm cursed by something else.
All right.
Yeah, Nix would stand up.
I'm gonna go back up, chilling out in the crow's nest and watch over, make sure nothing nefarious is headed our way.
Can
All
I
right.
can I ask you something before you go?
Oh, ask away.
Why are you always up there?
It's something comforting about just being high, feeling the wind. Small reminders of flight. Just a bit of peace.
Sounds kind of nice.
Plus, unless it's really heavy lifting, I'm not really of too much use on a ship.
Good thing this ship doesn't really seem to need it.
I'm just waiting for some pirates to attack and we can actually use the guns.
See, I mean, look, if we get into a pirate attack, you'll know me. I'm gonna board. I've got an axe. I'm not really quite sure how cannons work.
I have no idea,
Oh.
but I'm intrigued by it.
You know how a cannonball works, apparently.
That does make me wonder, if I shrink down small enough, could I climb inside it and be fired as a projectile?
Oh my goodness,
At
could
the
you be
ship.
launched onto the ship?
And then expand myself.
It might hurt, though.
Yeah,
whatever
that sounds painful.
Or if I get mad as I'm flying through the air, that could also work. Possibilities.
I suppose we'll find out if
Yes.
pirates attack.
Go find your peace, Nix.
Yeah, y'all be
Yes.
safe. I do believe most people in situations like this just require time.
Yes, of course, and I appreciate you apologizing. I'm sorry I got a bit heated. It just felt backed into a corner is all.
I get that. When I'm backed into a corner, my eyes glow and I lose all sense of control and just start smashing.
Yes, I can understand that sentiment.
Nix would stuff a piece of bread in his mouth and just like wave off and run out like an anime schoolgirl late for class.
Have a good one.
Make his way back to the crow's nest.
Okay. And the rest of you guys?
I think Warren's gonna excuse himself and just go on deck and enjoy that kind of peace that Nix was talking about. Just watch the moon reflected on the ocean.
I think Victor would talk to Minerva. If it's private, of course. Minerva.
Celeste's still there, but she will look. Okay.
No. It's. I was going to ask you a personal question, but thank you, Celeste. I appreciate you being here.
Sure, go ahead.
I was curious. You about your eye. You said it served as a reminder, but you didn't really go into detail as to what. Is it something you wish to share, or something you wish to at a later time?
And she just kind of looks down at the table, seeming to consider. And just
I
You kind of
I-
feel Belle touch the side of your cheek.
she looks over at Belle with a soft smile in appreciation and then looks back towards Victor.
I lost someone very important to me a long time ago. And the way I processed my grief wasn't the best. And um, I received this scar when I guess the best way to put it is I sought vengeance.
Uh,
I didn't know how to deal with losing them, and it was caused by a very, we'll just say, not good people. And so I sought them out, and this one of them gave me this, and I lost sight in that eye, and I guess it didn't make me feel any better. It didn't help at all. In fact, I felt worse when the realization of what I'd done hit me. I was kind of lost for a while, and then I started to follow Celine. Sort of redemption, I guess, make up for what I did.
I see. So, a redemption story, so it seems. Let you on the path of good, because honestly, you're probably one of the most moral of all of us, I suppose.
I try to be. And I try to help whoever I can with what I'm able to do. With my blessing, I guess I'd call it.
Well, that's a
But
very interesting story. Definitely seems like it shaped your life for the better.
I like to think so. Though it's not important.
Do you mind if I ask a question?
Another one? Sure, go
Sure.
ahead.
Are there any parts of your life when you sought vengeance that you miss?
No,
It's a fresh start completely with how you approach things now. No looking back.
I mean, of course, I remember the people I lost, but I wouldn't want to become who I was after that happened again.
I think you see Victor kind of he looks at her and he kind of tries to process everything. Seems like a very good moral to the story.
I guess so.
Thank you for answering. I didn't want to pry too much.
It's fine. I figured you shared your secret with us, and so it was only fair I did the same.
Well, I appreciate it. And it's safe for me. Will not say anything about it.
It's not really it's not something you have to really keep close to your chest. I'm okay with the others knowing. I just try not to talk about it often.
Of course, but that should be on you to speak of it. That's your right. But I appreciate it nonetheless, taking the time.
All right.
All right. Well, I hope you have a good night. I'm gonna get some rest.
I think I will as well. Rest well.
You too.
She'd head back to her room.
Same with Victor.
Good
Okay.
night, Celeste.
Good night. Eventually Celeste will walk out and she'll kind of look around, see Brick, and have a good night.
Good night.
And she'll go to
Good-
her room. What does Born do?
I think after a bit of time just sitting out there, he'll go get some rest as well.
Okay. Does Nick sleep up there, or does he go to his room?
He generally, it varies. Sometimes he'll sleep up there, and sometimes he'll make his way to his room.
Okay. As you guys fall asleep, the next day, you guys get to work on the ship, waiting for any sign or anything on this water temple. At this point, I would say a few days will pass, unless anybody wants to do anything within those few days.
I think with like during that time, Euphemia is kind of keeping herself separate from everybody, but she would kind of also kind of keep her room a lot of the time as well, and I would want her to commune with her god.
All right. How do you want to do that?
She pulls out a card that she's kind of had in her book, that she's been keeping with her, and it's a card with a cat on it, tarot card basically. She kind of holds it in her hands, closing her eyes, just like, and just asks, "Protector spirits, goddess of the vision and haunts, am I wrong to feel upset? Or am I just a hypocrite?"
You feel somebody kind of nudge your shoulder, and you look. You see Laura holding her teddy. And then you see the card begin to rise. Dear child, people will always judge and see. As you know, you hear and see things. It'd be up to you upon that answer. And then you just hear silence as the card drifts down.
I think she would spend a lot more of her time trying to.
I would say later that night, as you're getting ready to sleep, you hear a purring sound.
She'll look.
At the foot of your bed, you see curled up an orange tabby cat. Then you see
She-
Laura kind of looks down and starts to pet it, and you can actually see Laura contacting with it. And even Laura kind of puts her hand up to her chest and looks at you.
You could do that.
I didn't know there. Cat meows, opens its eyes, and then you notice there's a glow. Stretches and curls back.
If the cat will let her, I'm just gonna pull it towards her and kind of just cuddle with the cat.
Mm-hmm. You do. You feel it. But at the same time, you know what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a young cat. And it just purrs to calm you. The next day, as all of you are getting ready to go get some breakfast or just wake up, out of nowhere, the ship just stops moving. It almost makes you guys feel that rocking motion, almost to the point where maybe you almost fall.
Magpie would most likely be up on deck. During the past couple days, she would not have been in the dining hall at all.
Mhm.
She'd be trying to busy herself with doing stuff up on deck. So that's where she would be when all of this is going down.
Meg will be cussing.
Everything all right up there?
The ship's not moving. I don't know why. Come on. Anything? The captain will get up or walk out. Is anybody else above deck or are they in their rooms? I need to know where people are at.
Euphemia's in her room.
I think Vorin would be above deck.
I think
Minerva
Victor.
would. Sorry.
No, I think Victor would be above deck as well.
Yeah, Minerva would be doing her usual, like, looking out over the ocean, but when she noticed the ship started moving, she's kind of looking around at the others.
Nyx would, be chilling in the crow's nest.
Okay. Celeste will be above deck. The captain walks over to the railing and looks out. Wind Dancer, we need to move. Now. You feel the ship like wiggling back and forth and not budging. What's wrong?
Magpie's gonna walk to the edge of the ship and kind of look down in the water to see if she can see anything.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. You don't see anything in the bottom near the ship. But as you are looking out, you see far away the water is bubbling.
Captain?
I need all of you to roll me Constitution saving throws.
Oh no, it's happening again.
No. Does that override the last one that I did?
Oh, yeah, we're doing it all over. Yep.
Oh,
Not again. Not again.
Am I missing somebody?
Victor?
yep, we're missing Victor.
Victor?
Puppy related incident, probably.
Uh-oh.
Probably.
Okay, then I have to move on.
Sorry, rolling that.
All right. All of you have a huge headache. Lauren, you just have a pain behind your eyes, but it's still there. The water across from all of you, you see it bubbling. The air around you begins to get heavy. It starts to get dark. The water and the air around shifts to green. I need all of you another Constitution saving throw.
I hope this is not us.
Yeah. Another one.
Another one. This
All
is
of
great
you,
because my constitution's out the window. I'm over here drinking.
all of you start to feel panic. You start to see things rise out of the water and dip back down. The captain is holding the rails. We need to move now. Wind Dancer, we need to go now. Before you.
I was gonna say, I think when that panic sets in, that's when Euphemia would be up on top deck.
Mhm. You see something rise. Its shape is so huge. That you start to feel fear. You see the glowing eyes, the squid-like face, wings behind it. You've only heard legends. And then you hear the captain say, Cthulhu. All of you were frozen in fear. Could not move. But you hear something thump as it walks behind all of you. You see the fat black cat. The cat jumps on the rails and nudges his head on the captain's hand. and meows. It begins to float towards Cthulhu. Cthulhu seems to be walking towards you guys. And it just stops in front of the cat. Thuthu, you have bad timing. My mistress is going to be very upset. I am upset too. You see, you are bad for humans. And with no humans, there'll be no scratches. So you need to go back. Because I know it's not your true self. Cthulhu looks very confused. I mean it. I will summon my mistress, and she doesn't like the daytime. You see the cat get a little bit bigger. Cthulhu kind of looks at it and starts to sink in the water. Good, Cthulhu. If you wake up again, I'll be here. The cat turns around, goes back towards the ship. Oh, and I forgot something. Spit out those other people. Okay. The cat comes back. All of you start to calm down. As the skies return back to normal. And Cthulhu is nowhere to be seen. At this point, was it a dream? A nightmare? The captain breathes. And the ship begins to move once again. The cat is back on the barrel, sleeping.
What the hell was that? Hello?
The captain turns around. She wipes her nose. You notice there's blood. That was an avatar.
What?
Some idiot summon an avatar.
Of a god?
Yes.
What the hell?
She walks over to the cat and pets it. You get a big fish. That's what you get. All right, Meg, let's go. Hi, Captain. At this point, the ship is moving.
Once everything is starting to calm down, Magpie is still glued to the railing, and one of her hands is still on her dagger. And she seems really death from it all.
If all of you, most of you, are infected, please go to the infirmary. And there should be. What's the color? Green, Captain. There's a green bottle. Just drink from it.
Has this happened before?
Attempting to summon? Yes. To actually have it summoned here? No. But that's Avatar, not the real one. It is. We are very lucky.
I guess I'm mostly. How did I? Okay, well, it's clearly not just the cat.
I'm thinking the same exact thing. Did you see a cat float out toward the big monster?
Yeah, yeah. It yeah, and
What?
it's scared it away.
What the hell?
Am I asleep?
I think Victor smacks himself in the face a couple times.
Oh, you feel like the stinging. Oh, nice.
Warren would look at Victor like, maybe not. Like he didn't do it to himself. He'll trust Victor's slap.
The cat moves to its sides and purrs, sleeping.
No. You don't get to just float back to the ship and go to sleep on the barrel, cat. We need to know. We have so many questions.
The cat opens its eyes and closes it back down and sleeps.
Euphemia is finally going to take a deep breath and go to the infirmary and take those potions that was talked about.
Yeah, you go down to the infirmary. There are in a cabinet. You see like different bottles, and you see like the green bottles that they mentioned.
She'll take one.
If you drink it, it seems to calm your nerves. It will calm your headaches and anything that just fear. But it takes a bit. It's not quite like immediately, but it just kind of helps. Minerva, you're looking at the cat. You actually notice in the middle of its forehead. It's a black cat, but there is a circle. Just an outer layer of a circle. Kind of reminds you of the dark side of the moon.
She just kind of tap her chin a couple of times, taking a mental note.
Could be coincidence. That's an odd marking for a cat, though.
She's just like muttering quietly to herself.
The cat kind of opens one eye, peeks at you. Meow. And closes its eyes again.
I'm watching you, cat.
It purrs loud.
She chuckles a little bit.
I think
With his-
Victor's searching like his coat pocket, and he pulls out this pipe and he starts packing it with stuff. And he just starts smoking it. Oh, what the hell was that? He puffs on it a couple times and then heads downstairs to take that potion.
The same thing. It'll take a bit, but at least it helps.
Did we hear the conversation between Cthulhu and the cat?
It was so far away.
So far away, so we had no idea.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, you just saw like
Just a
you saw what
floating
you saw.
cat. Yeah.
Floating cat going there, and then of course it looks like a very tiny size freaking dot
Yeah.
compared to the size of it. What's everybody else want to do?
It will probably take Magpie a little while for herself to calm down. I don't even think that she would have had heard what the captain said about the potions at all. But once she gets control over her faculty, she is going to be scrubbing the deck or finding anything to do to keep her mind off of whatever just happened. But anybody who will look at her, like, she kind of has normally like a placid expression on her face most of the time. This one is furrowed brows and tense, even when she's working and trying to do something.
Is there is the captain on top of the at the ship? Is she like available?
She was up there a little bit, but she probably went to drink one of those potions, and then probably went to her cabin or to her room.
Is there any sort of library, like any sort of books, like on the ship that may have any information about this thing?
About
The big ass monster in the water, like sea creatures or things of that nature, where Victor might be able to like research something about it.
I think Euphemia is going to do similar, but she's going to look in her monster book.
the monster book would not have any information on this. If you were to kind of like, I guess like with Victor, if you kind of mutter something like books, library, something, research,
Mhm.
one of the signs will change to books.
Okay. So he would go in immediately, start looking for anything about, because he doesn't know did they say avatar? It was just an avatar?
She did mention Avatar. The captain
Okay.
did. When you go in, it's a very tiny room.
Okay, so there's most likely nothing there.
There's like a few books on like sea life, temples, nothing. I would say that you give me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay. There is a very thin booklet. It's not even like a book. It's like, put together with twine and leather. And within this book, there is like a small journal. It would say great old ones.
Okay.
And it says by Lovecraft. And the first one will mention Cthulhu. One of the dark creatures, or the older ones, or the elder ones. I mean, it just whole bunch of notes.
Okay. Does it say
Um,
anything in particular about like is there any religion associated with it? Any cults?
it does say cults.
Okay.
different cults, different summonings, rituals. It will mention that the older ones are beyond the stars.
Okay. Does it
And
say anything about like the elemental queen and the interactions between them or anything?
it will say that this particular creature does live in the dark outer space or beyond, but is not associated with the darkness. This is different. And when it says it's different, and it does say question mark, but it also says the enemy of the goddess Amaris. The dark side of the moon.
Okay. So Victor he'd take his magical quill and a piece of parchment and just kind of make notes for the group.
Mhm.
So he found out information about potential cults. And pretty much it's the enemy of the goddess Amaris.
Mhm.
And it lives in the outer beyond, but not associated with the darkness.
Correct.
Question mark. Okay. All right. And he'll kind of nestle the book back in its spot. He'll bring that information up to the group if they're around. Hey guys, I found something. A small little book, like journal, in the ship's library. Didn't find a whole lot of information, but it seems that this creature is the enemy of the goddess Amaris, the dark side of the moon. It lives like in some sort of outer beyond. Could be or could not be a part of the darkness. And apparently there's a lot of cult activity. Not really any specifics on it, though.
Would Minerva know anything about it, considering he's like one of Amaris's enemies?
Yes. You would know that Amaris herself is the Watcher, the Stargazer, the Protector of the Night Sky, the Warning.
Mm-hmm.
And because you would know that she would be the one that will help defend the Gaia with this enemy. Hmm.
Hmm. Give me just a second.
Hmm.
When Victor was looking through the book, did he notice any mention of fish people?
No fish people.
Okay.
When the river comes back, at this point, I think Celestia would give or ask if anybody needed a potion.
Sorry, I'm sorry about that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I will. I'll take one just in case. I don't know what it might have possibly done to us.
Right. Yeah. I'll take one also.
She nods. Anybody
A
else?
lot of those poor.
It just helps with what just happened.
Nyx would like fly down from where he was, coming to and be like,
I could use one.
She hands it. Magpie, do you need one?
She'll kind of look at the potion for a few moments.
You need this. Drink it.
She'll take the bottle, uncork it, and down it.
It takes a bit, but it will start to kind of calm you a little bit. Any headaches, they start to get mild, and so it will take a bit.
She'll kind of look at the bottle and wrinkle her brow, kind of looking at it in a curious way of why would they have something like this on the ship? Or was this something that, like the food that the wind dancer just made for them,
You don't know.
because it's what they needed?
You don't know.
She's gonna keep her thoughts to herself before putting the potion bottle away in one of her pockets. There's nothing left in it, but she just putting it away.
All right. Anything else anybody wants to do?
A question: are there
Mhm.
extra of these potions?
Are you asking Celeste?
Oh yes, yes. Celeste, do you have any more of these?
It was in the infirmary. There's a cabinet.
All right. Do you think we should keep one on us, a person, just in case this happens again and we're away from the ship? But who knows? I don't know where this creature, if it just wanders around the oceans or what.
I don't know. I don't see why not.
But I'm going to go take a couple. I just want to make sure no one is mad at me for preparing ahead of time. But I'm gonna grab some for us just in case. I'll have them. And Victor kind of like he walks, confidently down to the infirmary, and he looks for some more of those potions. And
There's some more in the cabinet in a green
he'll
bottle.
he'll grab one for each person, and he'll
Okay.
put it in his bag.
All right. Make sure you
Mhm.
document 7 bottles? 7 green bottles.
7 green bottles. Got it.
Alright.
Green stuff.
When the mention of this possibly happening again is mentioned, uh, the eyebrow over on Magpie will twitch a little bit as her hand kind of goes back to her dagger.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything today?
Euphemia is just playing.
You're cutting it out.
I said Euphemia is going to play music in her room.
Okay. All
I
right.
think at this point also Victor he'd write a note and put it on Euphemia's door.
Would he do anything to acknowledge that he left it? Probably won't notice.
He would, he'd make sure it was sealed, and he'd have his seal from his wax seal on it. Just probably just prop it in the door.
And probably later she would read it.
Okay, well, it would say, Euphemia, I'm sorry for what I did on the island. I wanted to give you time to cool off and things of that nature. I acknowledge what I did wasn't the best thing, and I didn't mean for any things to come back on the group or anything of that nature. Please accept my humblest apologies. Signed, Lord Victor Knock.
She folded up and like put it on her desk, and she's basically figuring out what.
Okay. Are you figuring out what to write or say or do?
Basically her contemplating how she's going to talk to him.
Mhm.
I don't know if you were gonna go to the next day or something, so I didn't want to hold it.
Oh yeah, no. That's what I want to know. Anybody wants to do? Because a couple days are going to pass.
I guess also he put on the note. He would say, take the time that you need to consider whatever you need to consider, and that's it.
I think probably like later on, like before dinner, she would go to Victor and just like, can we talk?
Absolutely, yes, we can talk. Did you receive my letter? I left it at your door.
I did. And I read.
Yes, I wanted to. I would have come up to you earlier, but I figured with what had happened, it might be best to let things die down a little bit. It's not that I didn't want to remedy the situation right away, because I wish I did, but I felt like the situation demanded that more time be needed.
I wasn't trying to back you in the corner. I wasn't trying to back you into a corner. I was worried because I do take the spiritual stuff very serious. Didn't want basically anybody else to get hurt. And
I know.
what Warren said to me hurt. Because to me, I've never judged you. Yes, I know I'm not a good person at all. I can possibly even be seen as a monster for the shit that I do.
I understand. I'll just say what I said to. I talked to a couple of the others. It's just my entire life. It just essentially came to the forefront. Things that I've held secrets for years upon years. That things. That's why I lied about them, because I don't. I'm used to covering it up. You don't just walk around telling people what you are and the things that you do.
And that's the one thing that bothered me the most, was that you lied about that situation.
Of
I
course.
would not have ever judged you if it was bad timing to do your ritual for your god on that island, but I wouldn't have judged you if you did it.
Well, sure, but I understand that it can be taking. Honestly, I killed a cute little monkey for a blood sacrifice. That's not actually, a very good thing to do. I completely acknowledge it. You know, um, that's definitely more off-putting that I can understand from someone else's perspective. Than just being what I am. I've done lots of things that ride the line or even cross the line to what people wouldn't consider, I suppose, good, you know. And I didn't want to tarnish my reputation even further. So I tried to cover it up and pretend like I didn't do it at all, because that's what I'm used to doing.
And when that night you revealed yourself,
Mhm.
I hope you never had the thought that I would ever tell anyone.
No, I didn't do that because of you. I trusted you implicitly. The reason why I revealed myself was because the Voodoo Queen knew. When we were having a talk. Well, before that, she reached into my mind and said, "I know what you are." And so that spooked me a little bit because I figured, well, now I'm going to lose the agency of being able to reveal it to everyone else. So I decided to just go ahead and, get it out there, because then I would be the one telling people, not someone finding out my secret and then bringing it forth. Like villagers with pitchforks. So the whole island debacle kind of fast tracked to what I wanted to do in a way. But of course, it was mostly because of the uncertainty. I didn't know if one, the ship had told the captain and the captain would tell everyone else, or the Voodoo Queen told the captain, and so on and so forth. I just assumed that my secret was out. So, but I promise, I did not mean any harm toward anyone. Yeah, I did intend to kill the monkey. Yes, I did. Honestly, I did. But I did not expect the backlash that I received.
And and when I say this, I'm not trying to scold you any more or in any way. It's just, and you can see that she's kind of having a hard time trying to say the right words, and her ears kind of like tilt down a little bit. Just think a little more before doing it, especially in a sacred place like that.
I suppose I just didn't know the extent of sacredity, if that's even a word. How sacred this place is. I had no idea that there was some sort of thing that was watching over the island until I actually communed with my goddess. Surprised it happened, but I was seeking some sort of answers, because we get a lot of questions and not many answers. I mean, obviously, we just saw that massive creature in the water, and then a cat float out to it. I want to know some damn answers, because this is all of our lives at stake. If there's this much power that could destroy us, we need to be prepared. And I did what I thought was necessary. I just did not know that wildlife. I couldn't do it. I figured, well, the villagers got to eat somewhere, so they probably kill animals as well. So I killed a monkey. Didn't know it was going to damn shit all over my room and show up on the ship and curse me.
And she would nod.
Like I said to the others, I'm used to very spelled out, plain rules that you follow. And even if you don't follow them, you can figure out how to break them. Right? Like, a lot of it has been very vague and like, I'll do something and I receive the consequences from it.
And I did say this the other day that it doesn't hurt to ask if you don't know.
Yes, I know, but how can I say it? Dear
Even if
Voodoo
it's-
Queen, I want to go do a blood sacrifice. Would it be okay for me to kill something
Well,
and
you
offer it
didn't
to my
have to go
goddess?
with like that specific. It's more on the lines of what when she said respect the island. It's just like you could have said it along the lines of where are the boundaries to that?
Sure, I guess I understand that, but I didn't think it's like saying respect the ship, and you stub your toe on the ship, and then all of a sudden you've offended it, right? It's like I didn't mean to, but I stubbed my toe. You know, it's kind of it's not really. I don't know how to answer the question. When anywhere else that I go, I can go kill a monkey if I want to kill a monkey or a deer or any kind of food. I could just kill it, do what I needed to do, and the thing's that's it. It's perfectly fine. I mean, I couldn't. I mean, it probably would upset people. Sure, that's why I do it secretly. I just had no idea. I thought I was in a safe area, and then I figured, well, and here's some time to do it, and there you go. It just seems like it's me always on the other end of getting the talking to, and I dislike that.
And all
I
the
never.
times I've spoke to
Hmm?
you, I wasn't trying to scold you.
I know, but I just said this also to the others. I feel like I've never sat here and scolded anyone or judged anyone. If someone wants to steal it from somebody, go for it. I don't care. You do it. Personal freedom. Steal it and steal away. Just make sure grab a couple of coin for me. I don't care. Kill someone and talk to the spirit. I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want to do. It doesn't bother me. But anytime, it's like Victor does something, it's like, oh, well, it's Victor doing this again. I just want you to know that whenever someone else screws up or does something, I don't care. Do whatever it is that you want to do. It's perfectly fine with me. Just as long as it's not making the decision, for me, taking away my agency. I had no idea the monkey would come back on top of us, honestly. If it did, I would never have done it. But like I said, I feel like I'm on the defense a lot with a lot of my things, whether it's, oh, he's too noble, he's too amazingly good looking, and
She would
all these things.
chuckle when he says that.
You see, exactly, right?
But she'd also would kind of like her ears would tilt down a little bit more.
Yes, and I'm not trying to sit here and make you feel bad. I don't want you to make you feel bad at all. It just, I really felt the pressure in there. I really felt it. I was like, oh goodness, I have to come clean or else I'm cursed for an eternity. So when that 5 minutes when I was getting grilled, I was like, well, shit, now I have to tell them I'll do blood sacrifices for a goddess. And then how is that going to go, right? So, but anyways, I appreciate it. I don't want us to be mad at each other. I didn't mean for it. I promise. Are we good?
It's-
We all right?
You and I are fine.
Okay,
It
good.
just bothers me being called something that I don't think that I am.
And I appreciate Voran for backing me up and helping me out. It felt good having someone in my corner, and I'm sure we'll smooth it over as well. I think Voran is he writes a line very similar to mine. I feel like, and he kind of gets me on that moral level, and he kind of understood where I was coming from a bit. And I don't think he meant. I wasn't there. I was angry and I had stormed out. But regardless of what he said, I'm sure things will be made right. All right, we just don't need to. We need to get rid of the tension between us, I believe. And if that takes a little time, it takes a little time. It's all right. There's no need to rush. I feel bad that it was because of what I did that caused it all, essentially.
I just don't know how to talk to him. And I feel like if I tried, then I would still be in the wrong. I do.
I want to talk to Voren.
Yes.
Honestly, I think Voren's he's very straightforward, from what I can tell. Honestly, I don't think he has any sort of ill will toward you or not. I think he's a very you do what you do, and I do what I do kind of thing. Let's just leave it at that in a way. I don't think he meant any harm by it or has any ill will toward you. He didn't seem that way at all. In fact, as a matter of fact, when he came to talk to me, him and Minerva, they actually presented your point of view quite well.
Mhm.
So I believe he was being a mediator. But it got heated, and that's how conversations go sometimes.
She would nod and kind of look away for a moment, then look back at Victor. I hope I wasn't keeping you from doing anything.
No. Oh, of course not. No, I just wanted to come make amends and let you know that I don't. This hasn't harmed our relationship whatsoever.
She
And
would
yeah,
give him a soft smile and nod.
yes, and I'll leave you to your business for the rest of the day. But promise me that you don't stay locked up in the room too much longer. And he'd smile and he'd kind of close the door behind her.
All right. Nix,
Yes.
you're up in the crow's nest. Starts to get dark. As the clouds come in, starts to drizzle. Glenn is up there with you and, looking around. And all of a sudden he goes, shit. And he starts to ring the bell. You look where he is looking, and you see 3 ships.
Oh fuck.
As the bell begins to ring, Meg yells, "What?" 3 ships, black sails, red hand. Oh, shit. Immediately, the captain is on deck. At this point, where is everybody at?
I think Victor just left wherever Euphemia was at, so probably her room.
Magpie would. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, I thought the conversation was like off to the side, like on one of the decks.
Oh, okay. Well, then,
be
yeah,
honest.
we're top deck. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Yeah, we're top deck.
The rain begins to pour. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Minerva would also be top deck.
Magpie spends most of her time on the top deck trying to do whatever she can. So
And where is Warren?
Top deck as well. It's kind of the same thing for him.
Okay. It is windy and it's raining. And you guys hear black sails, red hand. The captain is above deck. And she looks. Nope, that's not what I wanted. this one. All right. Meg, do you have your heading? Oh, Captain, I just found it. All right. Where is it at? She points below. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not like the water, I need you to get below deck. But if you like adventure and water, then hold on tight. We descend in 5, 4. Anybody staying above or going below deck?
I think
Wait,
she's staying
what?
up.
Nervous, curious as all hell, so she's staying up.
Nix is holding on to the crow's nest, swinging his arm around like he's swinging a lasso.
I'd just be like, did he say we descend?
We're about to
Euphemia
dive.
Euphemia is hanging on to whoever's closest to her.
3, 2, 1. The ship begins to take a dive in the ocean as the water begins to rush all around you. It just seems unreal. As the water takes in, all of you immediately just feel like you're going to get washed away. But you stay put. The water began to rise all the way up to the crow's nest. Before it hits the water, Glenn, damn it. Glenn looks over to Nyx. On.
Yeah.
Make that a drinking game every time she says, yeah, we take a shot.
Son of a bitch. Anyways, I said it way too many times in one episode. Anyways,
Just like his left hand is a death grip on the railing of the crow's nest while his right hand's just sitting there again making the lasso motion.
all around you, ocean waters, deep and dark. You start to see dolphins and fish. The ship keeps continuing to go. The first reaction that you might get, I can breathe. Captain, we'll be there in 10 minutes. Perfect. The captain walks as you see, just by her walking, how the clothes in her hair is underwater. You almost can't help but look at your own clothing, as stuff will do floats. Minerva, Belle is hanging onto your hair. She seems to have fun. And you hear bells like her laughing. As you look up, you see bits and parts of what light can touch. Ship continues to move. And before you, see a temple. The light reflects and hits. So surreal. Beauty. Keys is up. What's your orders? We go. Who's with me?
Magpie will raise her hand as she tries to. Like, all the clothes and stuff are floating, so she's taking off her cloak and trying to find a place to put it so it's not in the way.
I'm absolutely with you on this adventure.
Yeah, let's do it.
I am as well.
As am I.
Glenn floats down. You know me, Captain. She nods. The halfling and the dwarf will also follow.
Nix would make his way from the crow's nest.
Somebody say adventure.
I think also before Euphemia is gonna unclip the skirt that she had on, and there's pants underneath, so it's easier for her to get around.
Keys to Meg, stay here. My captain, they will say. All right. There should be air in the temple. As soon as you descend off the boat, hold your breath. Follow me. She gets to the front of the boat, and then she pushes she pushes herself off, and you see her just going fast in the water.
She knows that we can't keep up with her like that.
Maybe we can meet some friendly dolphins who can help us.
Do you guys push yourself off?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nix would chuckle a little bit to the conversation that the others are having about not being able to keep up with her, then diving into the water and start using his wings as if they're oars underwater.
As you guys push yourself off, you feel a boost from the ship itself. At this point, you almost catch up to her as she enters into a doorway. You follow her, and she swims up. And she's right. There's air in here. There's even a little bit of light. For some of you who can see in the dark, it's easy. Some of you who can't, it's a little hard.
Well, for those who can't, I would cast Death Light.
So it helps. The captain will look. All right. We're looking for a couple things. We're looking for a chain. And we're looking for an orb. She kind of opens up a map. And we're also looking for a room. This room will have an altar, and if I'm not mistaken, some kind of rune on the bottom. If we find the two items, we can use that to connect. So, she points to all of you. You head to the left, she points, this is her way, and the rest of us will head to the right. Oh, before we leave each other, she gets in her pocket and she has a stone. Who wants to control this?
Oh, is this a sending stone?
Yes.
I'll hold on to it if you wish. I know how to use it.
Perfect. She will hand it to you. As soon as you find one of the items, please let me know. And
Of
I will let you
course.
know as well.
You said a chain and an orb, and in a
Yes.
room.
Yes.
All right.
What
They
does
could
the
be
orb
anywhere.
look like?
She looks through her notes and she kind of just shows that just an orb. It's glowing. It's blue. That's all I know.
All right. Glowing
Blue
blue orb.
helps. Anything special about the chain we ought to be keeping an eye out?
Either it's silver or gold or platinum. One of those.
Is it magical?
Also
in
not your
nature?
average change, got it.
Correct. It is supposed to be magical.
All right.
Right. Let's do this quickly and fast, but also be careful. This temple is old. So there is probably majority of old magic. And sometimes old magic and new magic won't really work well with each other. And also be careful of any surges. Well, ripples. Just in case.
Who's the temple to, by the way?
Like I said, this is a water temple. So primordial, water, elemental. And rumors have it that this also was a temple to the moons. The twin moons.
Okay. Good to know.
Good. All right. Let's go find what I'm seeking for.
All right. Good luck.
You too, all of
Stay
you.
safe.
Victor would cast mage armor on himself immediately.
Perfect.
Did the captain say anything specific about a room, or she just said a room?
A room
A
with
room-
with an altar and a rune in it.
Hmm.
As you guys walk through the temple, the archways are tall. It's about 200 feet up and maybe 80 feet wide. There is waterfalls you see. Of course, the water or the ground is wet. You see beautiful vases, some decoration. There's chairs, there's benches. As you continue down the path, you come across a hallway. On the left-hand side, it's definitely solid walls with beautiful details. On the right, there are rectangles cut out in the wall. And behind it, you see a waterfall. Through the waterfall, you see light. It seems that it's another room beyond. You guys start to walk. You're already in there, probably 25 minutes. Roll me all perception checks.
I'm great at those.
Dang, look at you. Who am I missing? Aw.
Fuck you.
You
All
should
of
have said
my
that
rolls have been fucking shit this entire session.
I mean, that 22 looks pretty good.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean shit. It's not the first number.
You're missing me.
Mhm.
I'll be able to roll here in a second. I had to make a run to the restroom.
Derpy will make you feel better.
This is where Derpy rolls natural 20.
That's not bad. Euphemia, you are distracted on the beauty of the details on the walls.
Yep.
Even though you are like a monster hunter and all that stuff, it's almost you're curious on like
Oh,
what
yeah.
these halls had, you know.
Oh yeah, she's very good.
Nyx, you know, you're at the same time trying to dry off your wings and stuff, and you notice that the lights in this other room, you know, through the little triangles, seem to flicker. The rest of you see movement. It is, you can't tell, but you do notice when you stop and kind of like peek through as much as you can. It is a weird angle. What you gather is it is a huge room. And the lights do flicker, and you notice that something could be a torch. Somebody is walking. And then they stop. How long are we going to be here? Well, you know, I said that we're going to be here for like 20 minutes. Yeah. Well, I kind of need to scan everything so I can have all the information for the thing that I'm working on. Velvet. What? We're supposed to go. I know, I know. Okay, well, you know what? We should go because my battery's running out. Yeah, because this world doesn't have batteries. Look, Raven. You're right. We should go before we get stuck here. Good. So we gotta go now. Wait a second. What? Oh shit, we're not alone. We need to go. And in a flash, they're gone. You gotta stop it right there. Thank you guys for joining tonight's session.
Phew.
You have made it to the water temple.
Hell yeah.
We made it.
Yes. Also, I want to thank you guys for that wonderful. Oh, wait. Not done yet.
Eh?
Oh, oh no.
Uh-oh.
Somewhere across the world, a portal opens. And 5 people are basically spit out of this portal. The Countess Aisha, Lord Alistair, Duchess Francesca, Duke Earl, and Lord Lucian?
Lucan.
Lucan. All of you emerge on a sandy beach. The fear and the thoughts are still there. You're shaken. The fear. Sir, my lord? Not as you see your butler.
Where the hell have you been?
I started looking for you.
How the hell did we get here on this damn beach?
Wait. Hold on. Before anything, he pulls out these vials. Drink this.
All right,
He will hand each and every one a vial.
Thank you. What is this?
Yes, what is this?
I was told it would help ease your mind.
I don't think anything can ease our minds after all that.
Then drink up, my dear.
Aisha will completely down the entire bottle.
Francesca
What's
will,
what we've been through?
Francesca will kind of do the same, but like slowly drink it.
Alistair would sniff it and then
Smell
drink
herbs. Mm-hmm. As you drink it, your mind's ease. The headaches are gone. It's almost instant. Your butler will look. That's courtesy of the moon goddesses. Well, actually, Omaris. She came to me while the party was going on. She told me that you would be gone, and so would the rest of everybody else. At first, I was disbelief, and I turned around and you were gone. She said to me, the people in here are fake, not real. She told me to follow her, and I did. I said, I need to find you, Lord. She said, in due time.
Good. Let's see to it that the temples receive a sizable donation when we get home.
That I also have. I have not contacted the lady, but Mars did give me another thing. And he will look to the rest of you guys. It goes to our home, but we will get you back home. We definitely will help. And he looks to you, to kind of confirm that.
Yeah, he would nod.
And
Absolutely. And spare no expense getting them home.
he nods. She also mentioned to me that this is only the beginning.
Oh no. Beginning of what? Could it
I
happen
don't know.
again?
She said that not on her watch.
Oh, thank
She
God.
mentioned that an avatar woke up and was about to destroy a ship, but one of her followers or familiars or something stopped it. And it won't be waking up anytime, but mentioned to release all of you, which that's good. But she is a watcher and stargazer. And she mentioned that the creature, I think she named it Cthulhu or something like that, won't be coming, but something is coming.
Well, we should be ready.
What do we do?
Prepare the armies is what we do.
We warn the lands.
He nods. It could be, and he looks to you again. I'm not sure if that lady has mentioned that that she got the note from your son mentioning that there was an attack on Velu, and these creatures came out and tried to poison the waters or something.
All right. How is my boy?
I think he's good.
Good.
So, anyways, let's not waste any more time. If need be, we can prep you to get home fast, or if you need a day or night to rest, we can get you that. And he pulls out the thing out of his pocket and he throws it, and a portal opens. But as the portal opens, you see like the outer, like black with stars, but you see your home. And the butler would come. It won't open that too long as he tries to usher all of you through.
In we go.
As
Yep.
all of you enter, the portal closes. And that's where we will end it.
Awesome.
Dun,
So,
dun, dun.
Well,
thank you
shit.
again. Thank you guys again. I have to dedicate this wonderful Thuthu and the cat to a comic book strip that I saw like so many years
Fucking
ago.
knew it.
Yes.
Coral the cat.
It is awesome. I'll put it in here so you guys can see it.
Fucking amazing artwork.
Love it. And I think I could put it in your chat so you can see. But it's a dedication. I have to do it. So yes, thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoy tonight's session. Next Sunday, the temple. And we'll see what happens.
We will see what happens.
Yes. And tomorrow we will do the theme of blogger.
The recap show, yeah.
Recap?
Yep, yep.
Recap. Yep.
Yep. So we'll see who's our guest.
Who's the special guest?
Yeah, honestly, anybody. I was thinking, though, it'd be interesting to get, since Nikki was out and had to catch up, I would like her perspective on catching up, but I don't know if she's available tomorrow.
I don't think I will be. Since I take pretty much all of my Sunday to this, there's stuff I have to get done on Mondays. So I basically wake up like 2 hours before DnD starts.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know. Does anybody else want to? I don't think this really centered around anybody today. We can figure it out. We can have a chat on the Discord. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out and playing.
Heck yeah.
It was fun.
All right, we'll see
I
you.
can't wait till next week.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you all tomorrow for our recap show for episode 8. And then next Sunday, 6:30 EST. See you then. Peace.